Hello, good morning. Oh my goodness. Hello, my name is Mary D. If um, I decided, look at my hair. I haven't even fixed myself. I decided to do a live. Where is that hair? I decided to do live because I haven't uploaded videos here in my channel. As I actually, when did I upload my first video in this channel? A year ago, I think. We actually have another channel. It's called The Bite with Craig and Tess. If you've come across that channel, that is our channel. That's about camping, fishing, cooking. It's like it's a lifestyle channel, so we do kind of lifestyle stuff there. So Craig and I just cooking, and we love going camping and fishing. Anyway, this live is for this channel. It's my baking channel. So I have been baking for quite a while now. Um, I'm not sure, maybe 15 years. So I have been baking, I have been making customized cakes. And this past year or two, I started making Filipino flavors, Filipino cakes. I've done ubi cakes, yema, mango cakes, those simple kind of cakes. But I do decorate my cakes as well. So I should upload more of that videos. If you're interested, let me know. If there's gonna be Filipinos here, say hi. I'll try to speak the language, but at the moment, I'm not sure if there are. Um, there are because my camera is a mirror. Like I'm not sure which side is which. Anyway, so let's talk about cakes. What are you? Are you a cake baker? Do you just bake cakes or do you decorate cakes? Or if you're Filipinos or not Filipino, do you just make those simple cakes like no icing, like chiffon cakes? You can just make chiffon cakes without any icing or decorations or anything like that, and you're just happy to have it with your coffee or tea. Or you're more into baking or interested in baking cakes and decorate or practicing your decoration skills, or um, who else are in this field, or just making cupcakes or cookies. I made some cookies. I'm not very good in cookies. I have few attempts in making cookies and most of them fail. And then I actually tried, um, what's her name? Uh, she's Canadian. Is it How to Cake It? Yes, How to Cake It. Yolanda. I haven't watched her video for a very long time. I think I think she gonna disappear or she gonna quiet in YouTube, but I'm not sure what happened. But anyway, I she made these burger cakes with cookie chips, and I followed her ingredients and procedures. I must have done something wrong. I must have done something wrong because my cookie just spread in the oven. So, and then I found this content creator in Instagram called Lulu and Stone, and I followed the ingredients and procedures. I put the dough in the fridge, no, in the freezer before baking it. So what it does is solidify the butter that I use in the mixture, and that made the cookie stay in place, so it didn't spread at all. And after that, I've been making cookies after cookies after cookies, but I haven't. I'm not sure if I've uploaded a cookie video in this channel, but but anyway, I'm just playing around my computer at the moment. Anyway, so I think I have uploaded a cookie video, and I tried decorating it with um, royal icing. So the other one that I watched too is she's another Canadian. Her name is Stephanie. Um, what's the name of her channel? Cookie and Co. or something like that. Um, anyway, I have been watching her since I started making cookies. But in my page, I don't really advertise cookies. I mostly advertise cupcakes and customized cakes. Um, and chiffon cakes. Filipinos love chiffon cakes. I have um, I have been making ubi cakes or purple yam cakes. It's that deep purple cake that we love. We have it with well, I made what do you call this? My icing, Swiss meringue buttercream, and we have the makapuno strings. It's a coconut string, but it's softer. It's softer, and it's how to explain it. It's softer, and it's like marshmallowy kind of coconut. It's not very common, but in the Philippines, that's very nice to put in the sweets. We put that in cassava cake as well. That's another Filipino go-to sweets or cake. Cassava cake is just grated cassava with condensed milk, evaporated milk, egg yolks, or what else do we put there? I think that's pretty much it. And then we bake it in the oven, and then we make a custard and pour it on top of the cake and then further bake it to have that crust. And then when you eat it, oh, it's so sweet and yummy. Not overly sweet, but it's sweet and yummy. So if you're interested to know or like to try it, you must. Anyway, if you have a sweet tooth and if you like cassava, um, and what else? So I want to talk about this. There's a lot going on in Facebook. When someone ordered, when someone, I don't know, I haven't encountered it here. I'm here in Australia. I haven't encountered it here where a client, if she wants to order a cake and my price is a bit out of her range or his range or their range, they will say, "Why is it so expensive? It's just egg, flour, sugar only." I haven't encountered that, but in Facebook, I think mostly in the Philippines, clients will say, "How come your cake is so expensive? Is it just? It's just. It's just egg, flour, and sugar. How is that expensive?" And there's a lot of um, cake maker say, "Well, here you go. There's your egg, flour, and sugar. Make it yourself." How do you deal with this kind of customers or clients? How do you deal with them? Do you because they're rude of saying, "Why is it so expensive?" So do you have, as a cake maker, do you have to be rude as well, to slap in the face? Well, because I haven't encountered those. I don't think my cakes are that expensive, and sometimes if clients say it's expensive, I gave them options. Sometimes I ask how much other budgets for a cake that they want. If if it's too difficult to make, like decoration wise, which involves fondant, then that will be expensive. Sometimes I gave them options. If they want a topper, they can they can actually buy a topper from Amazon or eBay, so I don't need to make the topper for them from fondant. Because they are paying your skills, they are paying your time, they are paying um, your, what else are they paying for? Well, skills and time, really. That's what they're paid for. That's why it's expensive. When you go to say, a well-known manufacturing company that makes what? Appliances? That makes appliances. You are paying for their products. You are paying for um, the supplies that they use to make the product, their time to make the product, the, what do you call this? Their effort and their expertise. So put yourself into their shoes. Would you is it does it sit okay with you if someone said, your product is so expensive? How do you take that? How do you take that kind of statement? How do you where you get upset because true, your product is expensive, but you invested a lot in that product. You bought the ingredients, you made an effort to make that cake. You made your skills and expertise were into that product. And so how do you take that as as a cake maker, if you're into their position? Just put yourself into their position and um, maybe analyze how you deal with those kinds of clients or customers, or even just inquiring something. If they're just inquiring, I've got a lot of inquiries of cakes. First, what they ask is how much is for this cake, without any pictures, without any description of what cake it is, without any what do you call this? Yeah, without any descriptions. What's the design? What's the color of the design? There's a lot. There's a lot. Well, I should have said before. I'm not. I'm not the professional. I I learned from YouTube, from Pinterest, um, and anyway. So where was I? I was I was lost now. um. Oh, hi Adam. Good morning. No, I'm not a chef. I am a YouTube. I graduated from YouTube University and learned from my mistakes. And yeah, so I'm not a chef. I'm not a pastry chef or anything like that. So we like to cook. Well, I like to cook, and I like baking and decorating. So if you go to my channel, you can see some of my works there. And anyway, was where was I? I was lost. So when you put your mind into making something, everything from the day that you thought about it until it's done, it's like it's a rewarding thing. And when someone say, why it's so expensive, it's a bit it's like it's taking you aback, and say, do you like you started questioning yourself, you know and and so I thought, maybe sometimes people just have to put themselves into the baker's shoes. um, and yeah, I think it's just the communication that lacks sometimes. because I saw a lot in Facebook that they don't need they don't need to be rude to the clients who are asking rude questions. Like you're representing yourself as a baker. If a client is rude, you don't need to be rude. Anyway, yeah. So I have, excuse me, I have a lot of inquiries in my Facebook page about how much is this cake, and of course, I have to ask a lot of questions, like what what is the cake for, how many people are for this cake, what is the design, what is your budget. If they said, oh, I want this design but my budget is this, so say I want a cake that is 3 tiers fondant, with these kinds of decorations, say flowers on the second tier, and there's a topper on top, and with different colors of fondant and different kinds of flavors, but my budget is only $150. I mean, I don't need to laugh, but sometimes it's funny. I put myself into their shoes. If I don't know anything, I want to order a cake, but I don't know anything about a cake, and then in my head are these kind of decorations, and then my budget is this. If the baker or the decorator will not tell me um how it is, then I wouldn't know, right? So I will say, because fondant, first thing, if your budget is 150, I think fondant is not ideal. I don't know if I am doing the right thing, but this is how I respond to that inquiries. And then if they think that it's too expensive, um, they can go to other baker. And I said, I gave them an option. If in your budget, this is what I can give you. Um, Buttercream for probably 2 tiers, just one color, and I'll pipe flowers around, not fondant, because fondant is expensive than buttercream. So, you can suggest something that is set to their budget without being rude, or um, without being rude to the person. And then they will say, that's okay. Sometimes the answer I get is, oh, someone else is sponsoring the cake. It's like saying, yeah, your cake is expensive, I'm not gonna go for you. I said, it's okay, I'm not the only baker in the world or in my area. Like, um I'm not, like, I don't like pushing the customers to go for me. That's what the inquiring is about. They're inquiring to see if they can afford me, or am I okay, um is my customer service okay for them, or something like that. So um yeah, there's a lot of kinds of inquiries that I get from from my page, and those are just one of those. And there are sometimes I tell them too that if you're not comfortable choosing me as your cake baker, it's okay. You can tell me. Um, yeah, because I think some people are, I don't know, they're making these excuses. They're making these excuses so they don't offend you, or I'm not sure if that was the case, because I tell them up front, you don't need to choose me. You can inquire, but at the end of the day, you're the one paying. So I can't force you to buy something that you're not comfortable with or you're not going to be happy with. And yeah. So it's just funny how things are with cake business in cake world. And it's like, you have to make these excuses. Why can't you just be honest? If you're being honest, makes the cake baker rude, then maybe that cake baker is not for you, you know. Anyway, so in my channel, I have I have cupcakes. I make um what do you call this? I make fondant decorations for any occasions. Normally I cater for birthdays, not so much for wedding. Well, I just got married and I made my own cake, and my goodness. Because it's a backyard wedding, I thought, I'll make my own cake. I'm a baker. I can decorate. And it was stressful. Well, the stressful part is when I put all the tiers. I had five tiers cake, wedding cake. The bottom is the dummy cake, and I so there's 4 tiers. So the top tier is the Japanese, what do you call this, cheesecake souffle. Ooh, which is really really nice, light and fluffy and soft. Not fluffy, sorry, soft, very light and soft. So the second tier, I made a red velvet cake. That recipe is not my own. It was from um, Cakes by MK. So that was eggless red velvet cake, which is very light. And then I used the Japanese souffle. So there's 2 tiers of that, and then the fourth tier is the vanilla cake. It's from Cakes by MK as well. So yeah, when I finish all the not the decoration, the frosting or the icing, and then the stacking, the leveling, the everything, and then I have to transport to my fridge. My kitchen is not far where the fridge is. It's like few steps, maybe, I don't know, 10 steps. That was the stressful time. That was the stressful time. And then my husband has to help me, and he was the one stressing. He was the one stressing. Um. Anyway, yeah. So I thought that was funny. And when I take the cake out from the fridge to the table, to put the final decorations. That was stressful too. Anyway, everyone loves it. Maybe because I'm there who bakes the cake. And yeah. So that is my wedding cake. And then what else can I talk about here? Um, so yeah, so when they think, so this is just me. So when I think people think that cake making is easy. It's easy if you're doing it for years now, but um, when you're buying a cake and you said, "Oh, it's expensive," like what makes it expensive? How did it make it expensive? You total your ingredients. You have to pay your electricity. You have to pay your water. You use water. You use electricity to bake the cake. What else do you use? Um, your supplies. You bought your supplies. So you have to pay for that. It wasn't free. You didn't go to the shop and say, "Oh, can I have the cake board? I want to make a cake for someone." They're not going to give it to you free. So there is no free. So I I'm not sure why they would think that a cake is cheap, especially a customized cake, especially for the home baker, because we don't stock up cake boards, we don't stock up ingredients like sugar, flour, butter. Oh my gosh, butter is so expensive. And here in Australia, eggs, like in Safeway, you can just buy 2 dozen of eggs, as well in Coles. But when you go to Aldi if you're a baker. Go to Aldi because you can buy as much as you want. But when you go to Aldi, go there first thing in the morning because by midday eggs are gone. Anyway, um yeah, butter expensive. I can I can go to Safeway, or I don't really go to Coles for butter because their butter is so expensive and they don't have that 500 grams Coles butter whenever I go there. Sometimes I go there like it's sold out, or yeah. So anyway, um what else? What else is involved in a cake? So you got butter, eggs, flour, sugar. You have baking powder, milk. What else? Sometimes if eggs are so expensive, I don't use eggs. I let the clients know though that if they're willing to pay extra for expensive eggs, then I'll use eggs. If they're not, then I don't use eggs. Um, and your oven, you use your oven. You use what else? What else? There's a lot involved in making a cake. That's just making a cake. So decoration is different story. Making a frosting is different story. My go-to frosting is Swiss meringue buttercream, only because I know how to make it. and it's always a success. Though before the success, of course, I have millions and millions of failures, but I still keep on trying because I don't know. I just want to prove myself that I can do it. I can make Swiss meringue buttercream. Like when you watch YouTube, these content creator or cake baker will say, "Oh, this is the easiest. This is the easiest Swiss meringue buttercream. So easy to follow. Blah blah blah." But when you try it, it's like, what have I done wrong? Why it's a fail? Anyway, and then I stumble across oh, there's a lot of YouTuber that I watch. Now I can't remember what's her name. uh, Anyway, I'll think of it when I finish this video, this live. um yeah, so what she did is she beat the butter separately and then mix the egg white and sugar, and that makes it success. I'm not sure if I uploaded that in here in my channel. So yeah, so that's my go-to frosting. I tried the French buttercream, which is instead of using egg whites, you use egg yolk. Very creamy and rich. So if you want rich frosting or buttercream for your cake, try using French buttercream. So there's Swiss meringue buttercream, French buttercream, there's Italian meringue buttercream, which I think I tried once, but I thought it's a I don't know because I didn't cook the egg whites for the Italian meringue buttercream, so I'm not comfortable. I'm not comfortable with it, so I used the Swiss meringue buttercream. What else buttercream is there? Um, there's this Russian buttercream, which is butter, condensed milk, and is it cream? Is there cream in there? You can use ganache buttercream, which is cream, chocolate, and butter. What else? What else buttercream is there? Um, I have used, I don't know what it's called, but I've used butter in cream. So I whip the butter in cream. Excuse me. Together, and that was nice too. What else? um I can't think of any buttercream. I'm sure there's a lot of buttercream out there, but what do you use? What are you comfortable using? Like um oh, American buttercream. I tried when I started making cakes. I tried American buttercream, and I said, "Oh, this is very sweet, and it's very I haven't done it right." So that's why I have these kind of comments. But I haven't tried since then. So when I made it, when I first started making cakes, it's too sweet. It's not light. It's not fluffy like they said it in the videos. And then I come across with Carolyn Cakes. She's from Philly. I love watching her videos, and her buttercream is light, fluffy, and not too sweet. But I haven't tried her recipe yet. So maybe one day I will. What else is there? Yeah, I think that's the most common buttercream that cake baker use. Um, um, what else? What else do we need to talk about? Maybe next time we can talk about stacking, leveling, all that, all that process in making a cake. There's a lot of process in making cakes. Like when baking cakes, all you need to do is mix all the ingredients, you know. But when decorating cakes, there's a lot of process involved, and you have to be comfortable on your process. Everyone is different. Every baker is different. When I say, "Oh, this is easy," but you as a person watching it and wanted to learn how to make cake and haven't done it, of course it's not going to be easy for you. I can't say this is easy. It is easy for me, but I can say, "Oh, you should try this. This is easy," because I have been in their shoes before. Like when I tried, when I said I want to um, make a cake, watch a YouTube video, and this video that I choose to watch say, "Follow these steps. This is so easy." Yes, it is easy for you, but for me, that watching your video, it will take a lot of practice, so many fails before I can say, "Yes, this is easy," because I have done it so many times. I failed it so many times, and 10 years later or something, then I can say, I can just, in my head, I know all the measurements. Like, I don't need to look at my ingredients and say one half of this, one half cup of this, 1/4 teaspoon of this, few drops of that, you know. Yeah. So in everything, it's you have to have that day one on what you want to do, and then practice, 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 practice. If you fail, have another fail, and have another fail, and have another fail, because I think for me, I learn quicker when I fail. And like, it takes a lot of failures for me, um to for me to make something easier. So it's not because someone is some easy for someone is easy for you too. So, depends on your capability, depends on your ability, depends on your um consistency. it depends. It depends on you. You're the one who can say, yes, this is easy for me, or no, it's hard for me, or do I want to try this again? Do I want to fail again? Or, you know, it's you're the one who can say, yes, this is my day one. There's another day two, and day three, and day four. And if you want to continue, then continue. If you keep on failing, but you still want to pursue it, then go ahead. Yeah. So, anyway, I think this will be the end of this live. I'm hoping I can do it again next week. I will try to do a live every week, hopefully, because of my work and cake as well. Sometimes they just, oh, can I have a rush? Can I have a rush order? I need to pick it up in 2 days, or I need the cake in 2 days. Or sometimes, do you have a available cake today? Today. If I'm not working, yes, I can make it. If you can pick it up, yes, I can you can pick it up. Like, it's possible. But if it's gonna be customized cakes and you order it today and you want it today, then no. Not possible. Firstly, I have to make the cake. I have to cool the cake. I have to um, cut the cake, frost the cake, put in the fridge, set the cake, and then put the final coating of the frosting. And then if it's fondant, I have to what do you call this? Um, in Tagalog is masa. Oh my gosh, I've got lost. Um, need. I need to need the fondant, cover the cake, and decorate the cake. So one day it is not possible. um, yeah. So if you just want a chiffon cake or ubi cake, sometimes I don't allow a day, at least 2 days. Anyway, I think I will end my live video here. And thank you, Adam, for watching. And hopefully next time, I will think of something to talk about. Maybe, as what I've said before, maybe stacking the process of making a cake. Like, for me, this will be my process. So either you can watch it, or you can learn something about it, or you can ask questions, or yeah. So thank you, and I'll see you next week. Bye.